everyone. Today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, and this is the Board of Selectmen or the Select Board meeting. First up, we have some temporary sign approvals for the 2022 Bicycles Battling Cancer Ride on Saturday, September 24th, 2022. Mark Walter, are you with us? I'm not sure that Mark is here. Well, I'll go through all three. The Ride to Defeat ALS Bike Ride on Sunday, September 18th. Mike Farraker, and Bolton and Harvard Open Studios, October 1st and 2nd, 2022, and Gillespie.
So I'm here and Mike Farraker's here.
Okay. All right, well, Mark, do you want to go first?
Is it Mike or Mark? I'm Mike.
Okay, well, Mark may not be here, so
Okay.
I don't see him. So why don't you? Well, we'll do this first. These are signs that were originally
Right. Yep.
approved previously, and Mr. Skansky wanted to have these people come in again. So, Bob, you have any issues?
Oh, no, looks fine to me.
All right, so shall we approve this first sign?
I move to approve the sign for Ride to Defeat ALS.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take the third one second, and then we'll take the first one third. Bolton Harvard Open Studios.
Are you all set? All set with me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your
Thanks,
support.
Mike.
As
Appreciate
always,
it. Bye-bye.
have a good night.
Thank you.
Hi.
Next is,
Are you looking for me?
yes, hi, Ann, how are you?
Hi, good, thanks. So we're having our fifth open studios on October 1st and 2nd, and we're looking to put out yard signs a couple weeks in advance to help advertise. It's the exact same signs that we've used the past 4 years. We just update the date, and they'll be on private property with permission.
Right. Okay, I'm good with it.
I'm fine.
Good.
All right, so I
Motion to
move
approve.
to approve the sign for the Bolton and Harvard Open Studios.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, last one
Thank
is,
you.
thank you, Ann. Thanks for coming back.
Yep.
Next and last is the 2022 Bicycles Battling Cancer Ride on Sunday, September 24th. I don't think we have Mark Walter with us, but I believe these are the same signs that they've used in the past. Is that correct, Don? Don?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
And perhaps next year, when we have this, since they're pretty much the same signs, we can not have these folks come back in a second time. So we'll talk about that later. Next up is a request from Bolton Access Television for the release of
We're
funds.
going to play is called Coke and Pepsi. Does everybody know how to play Coke and Pepsi?
Hello.
Well, that's all right. I'll explain. First up, what I need you to do is find yourselves a partner. After you found a partner, you're going
Okay.
to stand opposite your partner. So one partner is going to be on one side of the sidewalk. The other partner is going to be on the other side of the sidewalk. Stand opposite your partner. One partner on one
That's
side.
Dan.
the other
Dozy
partner on the other
do.
side.
Oh, are you guys might be hearing the background of my audio. I apologize if that's the case. I'm
Okay,
at my daughter's has a school event at the moment. I'm sitting in the backfield.
all right, great. All right, so we're the request is to release the amount of $26,264.06 for operating expenses. Nikki with the background music.
If she weren't muted, she would be asking for approval.
I muted her, but I just requested her
Okay,
to
well,
unmute.
I
I'm fine.
believe,
Sorry,
I
I'm
believe,
here.
I believe we're okay to have a motion to approve, to expedite this.
I move to approve it.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you,
Roll-
everyone.
You're
Roll call,
welcome.
Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Waisaki.
Aye.
She gave me a little heart attack. I thought we were getting bombed.
I thought so too. Okie dokie, moving right along, and we are just like 5 minutes ahead of schedule, and I like that. Event approval. Request to hold 2 ticketed events in October at Cultivate Care Farms, Megan Moran. One is Pride Day, Saturday, October 1st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The second is Fall Market, Saturday, October 29th from 11 to 3 p.m. Megan, are you with us?
I am with you. Yes.
Hi, Megan, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So I saw the details in the packet, and this is similar to things you've done in the past, and you've talked to Chief Nelson, and it sounds like everything is hunky-dory.
I hope so. Yes. Yes. Just like in the past.
All right.
Right, so I will move to approve the 2 events at Cultivate Care Farms, one for Saturday, October 1st from 10 to 3, and the second from October 29th from 11 to 3.
Do you have a
Second. Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Waisaki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up on the event approval is a request from the Bolton Volunteer Fire Association to hold the annual Wachusett Muster League event in June 2023. Jeff Weinfurt, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Hey,
Hello.
Jeff, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So I just want to get into a little bit. I'll make this quick. This is an annual event that's been happening over 90 plus years. It's made up of 8 member towns, and each year one of the member towns hosts the event. Bolton has hosted the event over the last 90 years, at least every 8 years. And the last time we hosted the event was in 2013. And we historically hold it in the same location, and there's specific reasons for that out on Main Street.
Yes, I looked at your information, and well, I think it's great. I actually do have a bit of a concern about the fact that you want to close Main Street for upwards of 6 hours on a Saturday.
And I apologize for using the word closure. We actually worked with the police chief to come up with a detour, not a closure.
No, I understand, but no, you're actually, I understand, but you're closing Main Street and you're wanting to have a detour. You're also requiring that the library be closed that day. And I do not know if there's any impact on the 2 businesses, whether or not they have any Saturday business. That's Murphy's Insurance, and I believe there's a dentistry within that scope. Have you looked at any potential alternative locations to be able to hold this? Because the last time, I mean, it was 10 years ago, 2013. There's been a tremendous amount of additional traffic that's coming down and going through Main Street. And wanted to hear from you if you've looked at or investigated any alternative locations that the event might be able to take place at.
Yeah, and I want to say that first off, that's an excellent question. So the other members of the muster committee are on the call with us as well. And there's Margie and Hank and Matt Bosselet. What we actually have investigated other locations. Some of the issues that we run into is that the event actually the course needs about 300 feet or 300 feet plus of straight, level, flat running room for the event to be held. And the event is made up of 5 different individual events that range from broken hose events where we break down the hose and we roll out we roll out a new set of hoses, and any area that we looked at for possible location had issues with hill going up or going down that would actually provide a, an obstacle. We looked at some private locations. We looked at other locations that would have required larger detours out on Main Street or other roads in town. Historically, this has happened in the past where we've been asked to go look at other locations, and we've come back to this one location because it meets all the criteria for all the events that we run.
Well, what other locations have you looked at? I mean, what one that I could think of is that not that long ago, the folks at Paragon hosted or allowed to have hosted a car show in their parking lot, which is a fairly flat surface.
So we have invested Paragon. We've investigated other locations. Paragon's parking lot, yes, it is flat, but it's also broken up. The great part about our Main Street is it's well maintained, and it's flat level, and there's not cracks and not areas where participants may actually trip or fall or hurt themselves or injure themselves. We also looked at locations where we could have spectators safely watch the events, and the other locations are in town. And so there's a handful of criteria that we evaluated in each location that we looked at.
Have you
Mechanic
reached
Street
out?
isn't long enough?
I'm sorry, go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say Mechanic Street's fairly flat.
So there's speed bumps on Mechanic Street. And part of this is, contestants running, but also fire engines advancing, 20 to 50 feet, at speed.
So the town common is out because you're going to put heavy equipment on it?
That is correct, yes.
Antique heavy equipment.
So the muster trucks they range from 1930s to 1950s fire engines. And this location historically also has been a location in other member towns that host the events, host them in the downtown of the towns as well. And it brings people to the town. It brings business into the town. We plan on working with all the local businesses. We are going to meet with the members of the library and talk to them. We're reaching out to the other two businesses along that section of Main Street. One of the reasons we didn't want to sort of get out ahead of ourselves, we wanted to work with the select board to make sure that this is something that the select board was approving. And then we come back with information and work with the select board, but work with everyone in this section of town.
Well, actually, I think you've got it a little bit backwards. One, it appears you have not spoken to the library or the library trustees yet, which means they would need to close the library that day, which is a Saturday. And two, you haven't spoken to the two businesses that could be affected. And I have no idea what occurred back in 2013, because that was a decade ago. But I would think that it would be a bit prudent to speak to the library trustees, the fact that they need to close their facility that day, and the two businesses that are affected before you come before the Board of Selectmen to get approval for this.
So we're not necessarily looking for approval. We want you to understand that we're going to be doing this. We didn't want someone to come to you and say, hey, the fire association, approached us about an event that you guys had no idea about. So we're not necessarily looking for an overall approval. And that's what Jeff means when he says that we want to work with you, is we want you to be informed as to what we're looking at as we move forward, basically.
No, and I appreciate that, Margie, but I really think there needs to be some additional investigation on an alternative location that satisfies your needs, but does not close Main Street and cause a detour for upwards of 6 hours on a Saturday in June. The traffic is bad enough without any closure on a Saturday in June.
Yeah, let me remind you that since the last time you did this, the intersection at Wachussett's been completely reconfigured. And although it's possible for 18-wheelers to still make those corners, to have I think it would create a lot of problems to have 4, 5, or 6 hours of 18-wheelers trying to make that turn from Wachusett onto Manor or the other way around.
So the closure times that are listed was a recommendation by the police chief. We reached out to the police chief and he feels that this is, he has the historic knowledge of how we've held this event in the past and how we've done the detours. And he just wanted to create a buffer. Typically, and I don't want to throw it at a time just to lock us down to a specific time, but typically the event is only 4 hours, starting at 11.
Yes, but your document said between 11 and 5 p.m. And yes, you said it might be less.
Yes.
But you're asking for a closure between 11 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. That's 6 hours.
That's what.
So it could be less, but it could be the full 6 hours. And to Bob's point, large trucks needing to navigate going up and down Manor Road and making the left-hand turn or the right-hand turn onto Main Street is definitely problematic. And Emily certainly knows that firsthand.
Sure, and we've spoken to the police chief about that, and we're going to work with the DOT to put signs on the highway. We're going to try to reduce the truck traffic. We're going to put out signs both on Main Street and on the highway a week or 2 weeks in advance so that there is a awareness. It's not just going to be sprung on people on that morning. We are going to work with the DPW to get signs put out. This was, we had these discussions with the police chief and he sort of stepped us through this process of what we were going to need to do to make this a successful event.
We also will be having, I spoke to Bumper and he had suggested that to alleviate that, because he had the same concern with the 18-wheelers, and he would need a detail officer there, which is fine. We can do that, put a detail officer at that intersection so that it can monitor the traffic and get it through that light. And so that if there is an 18-wheeler coming off of Main on the Wachusett or vice versa, they'll be able to get the traffic out of the way so that they can make that swing with no problem.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, two thoughts. One, it seems to me that the major problem with 18-wheelers is going to be eastbound traffic that would have to go down Manor Road and then make a left off of Manor Road to go down Wachusett to get to Main Street. Also, it sounds like there's a bit more ground for the association to cover. I'd suggest that you table this until the second meeting in September to give everybody a chance to gather a bit more information, and then you could probably wrap up plans then.
I think that makes good sense. I think I would like to have the association reach out to the businesses and to the library. And I'm not personally satisfied that alternative locations have been sufficiently explored to alleviate the need to close Main Street at that location.
One of the other things
that is a 3-day weekend next year. That is a 3-day holiday weekend that you're asking to close 1/17. I would really prefer you to find a different location in town.
Is the high school parking lot an option?
We looked at the high school and evaluated it, and there's a couple of spots that actually are long enough, but they actually have obstacles close by, which could cause a danger to the participants, be it light poles. The other thing is that when we're using the water nozzles on the fire hoses, the water coming out of the fire hose at the tip is at 200 psi. We're concerned about maybe doing any type of damage to any of the fields. So we needed the longer runoff for the asphalt because it bounces off the asphalt.
And may I also bring up that the library closure isn't necessarily a closure. It may be the library is open, but people would need to park at the public safety building or something to attend to their business at the library that day. Again, we haven't spoken to anybody, really, the businesses or the library. This was more just an informational and kind of get your thoughts on the whole idea. I think the two businesses you're concerned about is Murphy's and it used to be John Mancini's office, but the dentist office, and they both don't have hours on Saturdays. But they would certainly be in the notification zone. We plan on talking to all the homeowners as well, because they would need to plan. And again, Bumper said they could park at the public safety building during that time so they could get in and out and do their stuff. So those are also alternatives that we can look at.
Oh, that's fine, but I think a little more investigation and outreach needs to be done. And I would take Don's recommendation that we table this to the second meeting in September.
I'm okay with that. I will provide the select board with a analysis of alternate locations and the history of the event and why it has always been held in that location.
Okay, that sounds fine.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is a public hearing on the application of Escalante, the International LLC, 2930 Bledsoe Street, Suite 24, 124, Fort Worth, Texas, 76107, and the International Beverage Service Company, LLC, 159 Ballville Road, Bolton, Massachusetts, 01740, for the amendments to the definition of premises for the club, all alcoholic beverages license at 159 Ballville Road. The application is available for review at the Town Hall, 663 Main Street, Bolton, Massachusetts. Please contact Jenny Jacobson at 978-779-2297 to schedule. Any person interested or wishing to be heard at this matter should appear at the time and place designated. Don, you just want to walk us through this? This is, I believe, a bit of a procedural matter that we need to deal with.
This is a procedural matter. This is a revote of a vote that was taken at the July 14th meeting, I believe it was. No, there was a special meeting that was held at which the vote was taken. But the advice from the ABCC on how to proceed did not include direction that abutters needed to be noticed of this. So this is, it's a two-step process. Again, there'll be one vote to vote on the application to shrink or reduce the premises that the International has for their all alcohol club license to just what they refer to as the ballroom building, and then a subsequent vote on a date specific, and then a subsequent vote on a future date that will have the premises size return to its original dimensions, if you will. So it's a two-step process, just as it was last time. But the abutters did need to be noticed. They have been duly noticed. So everything can be done exactly the way you did it before. And I don't know if Kelly or Mike want to just reaffirm for the board what the dates are that they're looking at for both votes. Maybe one of you would like to specify before the vote.
We're gonna, I want to make sure I have the exact date for you. We're gonna return back on the 6th, and we're going to transfer the license on the 20. Hold on. On Sunday, I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Sorry, I think it's Tuesday the 30th.
Tuesday the 30th. Yeah, Tuesday the 30th, and then Monday the 6th, I believe.
Yes.
Monday the 5th. Yeah.
5th. Sorry. So it's the same application as before. No different, just a revote. So yes, it is the Tuesday, the 30th, and then Monday, the 5th.
Okay. So we're contracting it. We're contracting it on the 30th, and we're expanding it back on the 5th.
Yes.
Okay, because the specific votes that we need to take are not in the packet.
Yeah, we're working off the same documents as last time, so they weren't resent.
Well, well, thank you very much, Don.
That's
but
all right. Yeah.
I don't have them in front of me.
Okay, that's fine. I have the information in front of me.
Okay. All right, so the first vote, all right, well, actually, does the audience have any questions before we close the hearing?
Can I interject? Because I thought from the last time that it was re-expanding on the Tuesday because it needed to stay in place on the Monday to get the product off.
It was the Tuesday last time. I heard Monday this time, so I went in the wrong direction. Yes, and it actually is the Tuesday, Jenny. You're right, because if they need to use the rain date of Monday, Labor Day, they're going to need to get the product off on Tuesday. So it actually is starting. The first vote is August 30th, and then the second one is the Tuesday, September 7th or 6th. Sorry.
6.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right, well, thanks, Jenny. Again, do we have any comments from the audience? All right, hearing none, I would assume we need to first close the hearing.
Yes.
All right, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so the two votes we need to take is one is we need to
You need to do a
shrink,
roll call?
roll call, yes.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, so the two votes we need to take is one on, the first vote is on August 30th. We need to shrink the premises down per the documentation that we had the last time.
Okay, so I move to approve the request to reduce the size of the international liquor license on August 30th.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
And the second vote is to once again expand the footprint of the liquor license available to the International Golf Club starting Tuesday, September 6th, 2022.
I move to restore the license for the international to its original dimensions effective September 6th.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Board can get in as quickly as possible to sign the paperwork. That would be helpful.
Can we authorize you to sign it?
No, you actually need to sign these.
Okay.
So Jenny, that'll be available to us tomorrow morning?
Yes,
Okay.
it's already ready.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much. Thank you, International. Good luck with your event.
Thank you all.
Great. Next up is to vote to issue the annual all alcohol beverage on premises license to Bolton Baba LLC / Baba and the Legacy Kitchen for 544 Wachusett Hill Road. Emily Wang, are you with us? Yes, she is. No, maybe she's not.
I have not seen her in the audience yet, but we have received notice back from the ABCC that the application has been approved. So the last step in the process is for the board to vote to issue the all alcohol beverages on premises license and then to come in and sign it.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
And you have that available for us, Jenny?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. All right, next up, the introduction of the new town planner, Todd Miller.
Good evening. How are you? How's everyone?
Hi, Todd. How are you?
I'm exceedingly well. How's your night going?
Good, good, good. Excellent. Welcome on board.
Much appreciated. This has been a lovely week. I can just say it's been beautiful.
Well, we certainly enjoyed meeting Todd. He came in for 2 interviews. Obviously, he interviewed very well. He has good experience that he's bringing to the position. His start date is established for Tuesday, September 6th. So we'll have just a 1-week gap with no town planner in. And as I said in an email to you all earlier, but I just want to say publicly, Valerie Ortiz, consummate professional that she is, wrote a 28-page exit memo to give Todd a good basis from which to work. Also a separate memo detailing key milestones and activities for the first either 60 or 90 days, I forget which. So Todd is well positioned to hit the ground running, and we're excited to have him as part of the team.
Super, super.
I can absolutely echo that. I've heard nothing but glowing recommendations from all of Valerie's former colleagues that are in the small planner circle that there is. And I look forward to taking on that memo and just taking it and just running with it, because she's done a lovely job.
Great. Well, welcome on board, Todd, and look forward to meeting you. I'll plan on stopping at the town hall on Tuesday to say hi. So
very good. I look forward to seeing you.
Yep. So welcome.
Todd, I'll warn you before he makes it down to your office.
Not to worry. Not to worry.
Yeah, Don's got a buzzer underneath his desk. Let him know when Stan's in the building. So welcome. We look forward. We have a lot of exciting things to do, and we welcome you on board.
Very good. Thank you so much, everyone. You have a great night. Yeah.
Okay.
Night.
Thank you. Good night now.
Bye.
And next up, the most anticipated portion of every Bolton Board of Selectmen's Select Board meeting is the town administrator report. Don, take it away.
Yes, there are at least 1 or 2 people that wait for this every meeting. So 3 things tonight. 1, a formality, the request for authorization to sign all future documents for the asset management planning grant. You authorized me to sign the grant originally, but as a formality, this grant requires that you specifically vote to allow me to sign any future paperwork pertaining to it.
All right, well, I'm fine with that. Do I have a motion to authorize our town administrator to sign our lives away?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Next is an update on the scheduling of boards and committees. The select board at an earlier meeting requested that over the course of this season, I guess I'll call it, or this fiscal year, that certain boards and committees come in to either give updates to the board or have the board ask specific questions, but expand communication with these boards. I did not know if you had what we didn't discuss is there a priority? Is there a preferred sequence in which we invite these boards in, or should we just work from the list and just make our way down? So I want to start scheduling them starting September. So I just wanted to get feedback from the board.
I mean, I think just go, if you got a list, if we have a list published, then just start at the top and work our way down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
We can do that, no problem. We
Okay.
as in the sense that Jenny will do it, but yes, okay.
So is that one board or committee per meeting?
Do you want 1 per meeting or 1 per month?
I'll leave that up to the chair, because it's going to depend on what else we're dealing with on any particular meeting.
Yeah, I would say, but let's try for 1 per meeting, absent of any other issues on the schedule. And if the schedule appears to be a bit heavy, then we can push that out. So let's, because I think it might be good to have them in, and it might be good to have them come back in again in 3 to 6 months. So let's shoot for that and see what happens.
As a result of again, an earlier meeting, I think this was the July 14th meeting. I've had a couple of meetings with key staff so far on doing some preliminary planning on Derby Field, since we did get the $50,000 agreed to from Wood Partners to put towards Derby Field, knowing that $50,000 wouldn't cover everything that we would likely want to do. So I've met with Lisa Sheppel, Randy Heglin, Rebecca Longwall, and Jenny, of course. And we're covering some ground. We're working on, a couple of concepts as what we would need. We did a needs list and a wants list for a proper field. We're getting our arms around who the actual users would be, types of materials, that type of thing. So I don't have detailed information for you tonight because it's still a work in progress, but I'm hoping that my goal is that by the end of September, we'll have a pretty solid plan or concept that I'd like to present to the board for your feedback. And as I said, there'll be some needs and some wants, and we'll differentiate between the two and give you some options to consider. And then we'll also talk about funding at that point, because I think we have some options for funding as well. But we're off to a really good start. The staff is actually very excited about working on this.
Good.
And by the time we have the September meeting, I will have also had at least one conversation with the school district about it also.
Okay.
Don, does your process include communicating or getting some feedback from the sports groups that would use it?
Yes.
Okay.
Lisa is working that.
Okay. Great.
So yeah, Lisa has that end covered. She does a great job.
Okay. Anything else, Don?
No, unless you have any questions, that's all I have this evening.
Nope. That's fine. All right. Next up is select board business. I noticed we don't have public service announcements, so we'll do that next time. To approve the amended cemetery standard burial fee and the Saturday, Sunday burial fee. I believe there's some information on our packet that discusses that.
Yes, there is. And this is a follow-on from when the cemetery committee was in a few meetings ago.
Yep.
And there would be two votes required tonight. One is one vote to approve the recommendation for the fees. And then the second vote is they have the rules and regs are hardwired with the fees also in them. So you would need to approve the change to the rules and regs, which would include the new fees in that as well.
Okay, so in our packet, we have the new fees, I believe, which is highlighted. A standard burial is $600 and a Saturday, Sunday is $650 for fees and perpetual care. Do I have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll
Aye.
call. Sorry, roll call Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
And then within the town of Bolton cemetery rules and regulations, those additional fees have been listed. And do I have a motion to approve the updated cemetery rules and regulations for the town of Bolton?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll call Sikansky,
Aye.
Winner,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is the signs at 673 Main Street. If you recall, people who are participating from home, we had, and this is the First Parish Church on Main Street. We had an initial conversation concerning this. And we, since there was a bit of confusion, we asked our building inspector, who is the overseer of signs in town, to do some investigation. He's come up with a memorandum, which is included in our packets. I don't know if anyone from the church is participating this evening. It does not look like they are. Going once, going twice. Essentially, to summarize Mike Savageau's email, basically, the existing signs, temporary signs that the church has on their premises, essentially have been grandfathered. There are 2 signs which are continually overwritten and updated, and those apparently have been grandfathered by some previous select board approval. But if the church adds any additional signage on their property over and above what is already there, and if the church decides to erect signage outside of their property, and in one particular case, it was to advertise for electronics recycling, of which they posted signs not only on their property, but around the town and along the roads, specifically 117, that anything additional beyond what they have does require the church to come into the select board for getting approval for those signs. Don, did I summarize that accurately?
Yes, you did. Essentially, the sign structures that are there, they have variable messaging, but of the same dimensions. So Mike's ruling was that they didn't need to come in for every change to that. But if they go off premises, or if they go to a different location on the premises, which would be new, that could potentially impact a sight line or something like that, then yes, they would need to come back in. But for what they've got there right now on their property, they're fine with the variable signage.
Okay. Okay. And the reason we're bringing this up is that we want to have consistency within the town. There are individuals and businesses who have flaunted the sign bylaw, and this board has not necessarily disapproved of any signs, but we want to know what's going up. There are people in town who complain about signage. We get it quite a bit, and we just want to make sure that everyone's playing by the same rules. So we think this is fair. So thank you to Mike for clarifying that, and just wanted to close that particular item. All right, next up is to execute the lease between the Bolton Senior Housing Corporation and the town of Bolton for the office at 600 Main Street. And this would be for usage of a portion of the facilities at the for lack of a better term, the senior center of the senior housing off of Main Street. Is that correct, Don?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's strictly a renewal. I saw no change in conditions of any kind, and it's already been approved by or reviewed by the senior center director.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winter,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I know, Jenny, you talked about some open session minutes, but it's not on the agenda, so we'll have to defer that to next time. Next up on our agenda is the executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining with the Teamsters Union, Local 170, if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigation position of the Board of Selectmen, and the chair so declares, and to approve executive session minutes, and we will not be coming out of executive session to go into open session. Do I have a motion to move into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Roll call. Jenny?
Roll call, Sikansky,
Aye.
Winter,
Aye.
Wysocki.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes, sir.
everyone, for participating tonight. We won't be coming out of open session, so
Well, except to adjourn. You need
except
come
to
out
adjourn. That's right, except to adjourn. And I see Ken Cleveland in the audience. Hey, Ken, how are you?